All right. Hello, welcome back to the All Skills Tournament.
Welcome for this incredible race that is going to happen in like a few minutes.
Yep. One
Valid
of the
so
last so-called last chance matches.
yeah,
Um, the loser of this match will have to exit the tournament. This will be their last race.
yeah,
The winner has a chance to move on to the losers finals, and then which will
uh,
eventually lead
yeah.
to the winners finals. Or actually,
I mean, it's
it's losers
technically the
semifinals.
semi-final. The next one is the semi-final, and next there will be the final, the losers final.
Right,
What
right.
is certain is that the loser is going to finish their adventure at the gate of the top four. Because yeah, now the winner will join Axe, Pisces, and I in the top four. So they're the best skills runners. No, not really.
Oh, but
Um,
really though, because it's honestly incredible because I believe before this, neither Murray nor Valley nor Sour were actually in the top four. So it's actually really cool to see the three of you kind of join Axe. Well, I suppose one of you won't be joining, but close enough. but it was cool to see you guys join Axe Monster and Pisces at the top here. Because this category, I mean, world record was a 50xx, and now you guys are just a few seconds off from most of you.
mhm. Yeah, sorry, I've been told that my mic is doing some weird stuff, so I'm just gonna fix it. If you can just like keep talking while I fix that. Thanks, Abby.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the meantime, we might be counting down our races soon. Um, but yeah, both of these runners they're in the top five, both or actually, maybe, maybe not, but they're both in the top 10 for sure. Okay, neither of them are actually in the top five. I was thinking about SRC leaderboards. Spirity came and messed everything up. One thing got a top 3 time without having an immense amount of full run practice. But the point is, both of these runners are very high tier runners. Um, they've had to win a lot of matches to get here. I believe both of them went 4-1 in the round robins, not round robins, a Swiss format. They went 4-1 in the Swiss format. They had to win several matches just to make it to this tournament here, or to this stage of the losers bracket here. And it's been a really cool time to watch their journey here.
And apparently the two racers are ready, so I'm gonna count them down. Uh, Down from five. Five, four, three, two, one, and go. And they should be going.
Yeah, we'll see their progress about 20 or so seconds from now. There's a bit of a stream delay just because we're restreaming their stream, so there's already 2 layers of Twitch delay basically, and we
Mhm.
should be able to start seeing them now.
They're going. I hope my mic's better now, by the way.
It is much better.
Perfect, perfect.
So the first half of this race, or the first 4 splits or so, all the way up to Mantis Claw, probably not going to have too much deviation here. Both of these are very experienced runners. Sour actually got a hard fall
Mm.
right at the beginning of the match, which
Oh,
throws him
really?
off on the. Yeah, he got a hard fall, and
I was looking at like to get the charts, so I wasn't looking. Sorry. Oof.
no,
That is something that has been worrying me a lot in the races. I mean, like if you're a little bit too greedy with your inventory drop and close it a little bit too soon, there is a risk that you might get the intended hard fall where you have to stop for like 2 or 3 seconds. So that's unfortunate, but obviously the race shouldn't like be played on that. I'm saying that, and then Sao is known for having been involved in a tie to the to the scent. So no, I hope that will not like take too much
No, I
take too much place in that race.
no, I don't think. I hope it won't come down to the last 3 seconds. But yeah, even coming out of King's Pass, you could see he was about 4 seconds behind. I kind of missed what happened with Valley. He lost a couple of seconds somewhere. He had a 53 coming out of King's Pass, which usually
Mhm.
would mean he missed a or got a hard fall somewhere. Or didn't have too much fun with one of the
Yeah, if the Vengefly
bench
is
flies.
mean, it can also explain the result because I think in my last race it was got a 56 shoutouts just because like the Vengefly was being not cooperative. So 53 is still fine. And now
Oh
we'll
yeah.
see if Valid gets the double spike kill, and ooh, he misses the spike. So yeah, he has to go to the backup and pogo them 3 times. This is the slowest thing to back up. If he was able to hit the spike and only hit once, he would have lost probably less time. But once again, those are small mistakes that like shouldn't be too important in the whole race.
Yeah, and that small mistake there ends up evening out actually the mistake
That
that
is
Sour
true.
suffered early on.
hmm
And I was going to mention that Sour lost an HP in King's Pass just because he hard fell and then the crawled was in a weird place, so he ended up getting hit just walking through King's
hmm
Pass right away. But
Yeah.
with a hit on Gruz on the Gruz drop and 2 hits in that Aspid Arena, Valley actually ends up on less HP.
Yeah. Like 2 HP is a little bit scary because of the 2 waves of Husk you are going to face. Like here, this guy can be a little bit trolly, and you can get like by the ceiling, you can get boosted into the hitbox and get hit. But now it should be fine. Let's hope
Yeah.
that he has good RNG. Yeah, here he shouldn't get hit.
Oh.
Perfect. And then like there's no way that he's gonna get hit by the by the Force Knight more than twice. So
Yeah.
it's going to be fun. Oh, he actually
Uh, you really commentator
what?
cursed this one.
Oh yeah,
Congratulations.
because
First commentator curse.
no, I said twice. But the thing is, he's in a bad place because like he lost more HP than he's able to heal. He should have healed before hitting the Force Knight when it's out of his armor. But I think that maybe Valley just didn't realize he had
No,
to do so.
I think he realized he went to go collect the Geo behind the false knight is what he
Mm.
ended up
Yeah,
doing.
but I think he would have time to have had time to heal at least once. But
Yeah.
I mean, once again, at worst, he's gonna sit on the bench and it's like 1 or 2 second time loss. It should be fine.
Yeah, he also might opt to not sit at the bench at all and just try to YOLO green path on 4 HP. It's
Yeah.
not something that most people would recommend, especially in a race setting. Dying in green path is like one of the worst case scenarios. Having to walk all the way back to Hornet is such a long journey without dash. Um, Second, really,
Yeah.
only to a death in like Crystal Peak right before Sea Heart.
And Sawa is known for cursing his opponents and actually make them die somewhere in the run. I think for the first 2 or 3 rounds, every single one of his opponents had a death somewhere.
Yeah, even a really sus one with 3 hits on a on the bridge to the abyss, not the abyss, the basin. It's just it's kind of crazy RNG. But both of them get relatively early spits. I think both of them will be making it out of here on a decent pace. We'll see if Valley does heal here. He does not.
Okay, no hell. I mean, I respect that. As Jeff is saying in the chat, that shouldn't be too important for a runner of Valley's caliber. It's just that personally, I try to mitigate those thing by playing a tiny bit extra safe. But it's also viable. He might, I don't know if he's watching the stream actually, but he might think that by being a little bit shaky on the fourth night, he is a little bit behind, and think that, he must try to not bench. I don't know, to be honest. Okay, here an unfortunate hit for Sour, but both execute the one fireball Baldur strat perfectly, and both get the first fireball skip. So yeah, the Sour is a tiny bit in the lead for the moment. It's, I think, solely because of the Baldur RNG, the first one in mount. I think he got a faster speed count, but otherwise they are really, really close.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be a great race. And here we're just doing some soul collection so that we can perform the next fireball skips. Sour goes for the fastest soul collection there. Doesn't lose any time if you can manage to get that jump right next to the birds. And Valley both end up on 3 full hits of 3 full spells of soul. Both get the double fireball skip, which is the most important one there. It's about 18
Yeah.
seconds or so if you miss that one after attempting it, so being able to save that is, or being able to do that correctly, very important.
Someone is asking something about the definition of the category, and this is true that we might want to precise it a little bit for people who are maybe watching the first all skills race. So yeah, all skills is indeed you want to finish the game as quickly as possible while gathering all the skills, which are all the movement abilities, all the spells, all the upgraded spells, and all the nail arts. And the question was like, why do we not count Awoken Dream Nail as a skill? Because like it gives a black screen and everything, so it could be defined into the category. It's just that including it would not make a very fun category, and it's just the community decided on the set of skills that actually counted, just for the sake of having a run which shows quite a lot of the game while still being fun to play.
Yeah, the way I've heard it described is that including the Awoken Dream Nail would essentially turn it into like a true ending light, where you have to go and collect
Definitely.
all of this essence, and then you have your dream warping everywhere, so you'd probably want to have it early on as well. So yeah, the early game would just start to look so much like true ending, I think.
Yeah, it is quite a fun fact, but trendy do end up with more completion percentage than all skills because of how many bosses you need in order to complete the true ending. And Valley was able to sneak ahead, I think. Oh, actually, it might be really close. I think
Yeah.
they both had bad RNG on the most nights, but I believe Valley handled them a little bit better. But like, it's still a very tiny difference.
Thor had a rough start, but he really brought it back with those double hits on. Oh, and he finishes just before Valley. He really brought it back with the double hits on the fireballs. He was going for the double hit cycle. I couldn't quite see what Valley was doing at the same time, but yeah, Valley enters the fight ahead of Sour, but Sour finishes first with those nice double hits on the fireballs.
So that means they didn't. They have the same gap between them. It's about a 3 seconds 3 seconds gap. But now we'll see how this time difference is gonna change or not during that split, which is probably one of the, I mean, the execution heaviest splits in the category. The Mantis Claw segment. it's a very fun segment to do, like in race. Sorry, in grinding session, but it is incredibly um, pressuring in races because that there are so many little things which can go wrong and then snowball into several seconds time loss.
Oh, we end up
Oh,
with a visual sync there, almost perfect.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
they
that's
both
great.
dashed into that transition at the exact same time. Oh, this is great.
Yeah, Valley didn't do the static strat, but did Sour did it or not?
Oh no, he did not. He
Oh,
did.
okay.
I think he took a hard fall somewhere, which is
Oh,
how he.
okay. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically we have here a few rooms that are difficult to get through. Valley going for the non-boomer strat, neither of them going for the boomer strat.
Hmm.
They recently some people were labbing out. I believe namely Pest was the one who was doing the most work on this. Exactly how fast different strategies were, and they found out that inventory dropping is actually relatively slow, just because it
I
resets the
believe that it's
momentum.
yeah, it's either Pest or Valley himself. And yeah, they both got the explosion pogo first try. They both did the same strat. So once again, they didn't change that. The time difference didn't change that much in that room. But I oh oh, it's very well
Oh,
back up by Valley. He had closed the gap by 2 seconds before that room, but now like it's probably back to 3 seconds, maybe even a little bit more. But to be honest, like he got really, I mean, he handled really well the fact that the first Mantis actually was too much on the left, and that's why he didn't get the first pogo. And yeah, oh, so he lost a little bit of time on that, but it's still immensely faster than having to go around.
yeah, it was an incredible split though. Most of that, like, there wasn't any huge
Hmm.
mistakes there. Both got Epogo first try. Both of them managed to get the Mantis Pogo first try. And then, like, what Valley did, even though it was, it did lose a few seconds, is infinitely better than the
Hmm.
possibility of killing one of the Mantises and not being able to get up that way at all. Because that would be
Yeah.
about a 15-20 second time loss
Hmm.
otherwise.
And that was like even almost a gamble because he like pogoing that enemy 3 times is basically like if you fail your backup, you basically can't use it anymore because you only have one pogo left on it, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you cannot do anything. The least number of pogos you need on a mantis is 2, and like you can get by pogoing, stalling with a fireball, and then do another one. But I mean, it's incredibly hard. I mean, it's not incredibly hard, but it's decently hard, especially with the increased amount of pressure you get by failing the normal strat and being out of your comfort zone. But like he committed, and that definitely paid off, and he was able to not like allow the gap to increase too much. Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice from both of them, but even Valley got the double one. Got the double walking storage. That was like really nice.
Yeah. What do you think? Are we going to see the Walkling storage for Blue Lake?
Yeah, I think Valley is gonna do it. It is
All right.
really easy to do. Like, so it's very consistent, and even with suboptimal execution, you can still save a decent amount of time on the normal strat. So
So,
really, unless you fail it at some point and lose the walking storage, it's always faster to go for it.
and hopefully we don't see any shade fireballs here. Can be a frustrating time loss and even
Ooh.
throw people off. Good, good.
And Valley definitely. Oh no, I'm
Oh,
corrected on this one. I'm really sad. I stand corrected.
yeah. That Walkling storage we were talking about saves a little bit of time. I can see why people might not want to do it in the race because it can be frustrating to try something new and then lose time because you messed it up or something. Just let the
Yeah.
muscle memory take over, is my opinion
Hmm.
on that. When it comes to
Yeah, that's
races.
fair. Yeah, that's fair. You know, it's like a 1 second time difference at best, and like it's very unlikely that a 1 second time difference will like make actually a difference. But if you fail it, it is like I think 5 seconds, depending on how well you execute the rest of the room. But I mean, it's still a consequent amount of time to lose if you're not confident. Okay, Sawa is playing extra safe with his bad Earth RNG. I didn't watch Valley, so
I
it
was watching
looked
Valley,
to me, yeah, it looked
and
to me like he had a rather good RNG, but
he had
I'm
okay
not sure.
RNG. He wasn't able to finish them all in like one fireball. Basically, he had to do
Mm.
some cleanup. He decided he wanted all the Geo there. He could have skipped a husk or two, but went
Mm-hmm.
out of his way to make sure that they all died. And
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. But this time he actually avoided a big Geo.
yeah,
So he was quite comfortable with the Geos, so I doubt there will be any problem with Dash Slash, which is going to arrive really soon. Yeah, both of them have way more Geo than
yeah, they both
enough for
decided.
what is coming next. Actually,
Yeah,
sorry.
it's oh no, it's just it's incredible how close they are right now. Not just in terms of time, but visually as well. Their load normalizers are working, and then also in terms of Geo, because we can actually
Mhm.
see up to like a 20 Geo difference between runners at this point. But instead, there's only 7 Geo off, and there was even less before the Golden Husk, I believe.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. They still played safe and went for
Mhm.
the two Husk at the top of the room above King Station. I mean, to
Well,
me,
Valley
there
misses
isn't.
a pogo, and he'll be missing some soul going into this.
Oh, it should be.
Uh,
Oh, okay. It
now.
didn't go for the other strat. Okay.
Yeah, he
Okay, he's
farms.
farming more
Yeah, he
skull
he
than you
farmed
have.
that last hopper a lot longer than you normally would. So he'll lose some time here, but it'll make up for the time that he would have had to farm soul right before
Hmm.
that last
I
hopper
believe
there.
he might have got confused and didn't know how many times he should have hit the lead guy.
Yeah.
So that's why he might have played it safe and just hit it
Yeah, it's
more
very
times than
easy
needed.
to just want extra soul there, after you've messed up, because it's like, oh, ending up with one less soul than you need for a fireball feels terrible.
Yeah, definitely.
So he definitely loses some time on that split there. Going to be making it up. Hope or does have the potential to make it up in this upcoming split. Also, Sour has the potential to extend his lead because this next split probably one of the most RNG heavy ones. Would you say? Other than
Hmm.
maybe I mean, Umlu is not really an RNG time loss, or it can be, but the one cycle with enough skill you can pull off consistently regardless of RNG, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Unless like you have very bad, very unfortunate Umu placement and it's in the middle of the platform and it doesn't get doubled by either of the two first fireballs. But yeah,
Mm,
I mean I'd say it's different because in Soul Sanctum the RNGs sometimes feel way more unfair than like in the rest of the game. Like with the Soul Twister actually spawning on top of you, like or cutting you, like right before you were about to dash somewhere or jump somewhere. That's why it's very. It's an RNG which is really hard to deal with. But like for boss fights, it's an RNG which is easier to deal with, at least in my opinion.
yeah, fair enough. And the Soul Master especially can lose like it's so tilting because it's right at the beginning of the fight that you know when it's going wrong because the Soul Master can just screw you out of 80 damage right at the beginning of the fight if he wants to.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
oh man, it's just so unfortunate when that happens. Valley actually decides he was a little bit low on soul. He could have used two fireballs like Sour did to
Hmm.
finish off. that early Soul Twister, and he opts not to. It looks like primarily to save Soul for the upcoming Soul Warrior and Soul Twister rooms.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. This soul wire can be a little bit hard to deal with. Sometimes, one of the two fireballs is not going to double, and that's why it's always better to have more soul just to back it up faster. Sawa, on the contrary, he actually missed one of the nail hits he wanted to land on the soul twister in order to get soul. So yeah, he's way lower than Valley at the moment. So we'll see how it plays out, obviously.
Yeah, I think he'll be okay. They should be able to start the Soul Warrior fight off with 2 nail hits, and then finish off with
Hmm.
another 2 nail hits. So he should leave with still 1 fireball, which is about what you'd want. Leaving this room. We got the 2 double hits there.
Oh,
Perfect.
nice, nice from both of them actually. Very nice
Yep.
fight. But this is the worst. Okay, they were lucky. Oh, and
Okay.
Sawa decided to go for the early kill. Most of the time, when you want to go for the kill on the Soul Twister, you're going like right above the elevator. Here, Valley didn't even go for it, so he will lose a little bit of time compared to Sawa in the next segment. Oh, and Sawa misses the walking storage and dashes in the wrong direction. It's fine. It's a little bit, very little time loss. But yeah, Valley decided to not go for that kill while Sawa did, and that's why Sawa has way more geos at the moment, and this will be very important for the next segment because our next geo count goal is 300. Ooh, and very bad RNG for Valley. Very bad RNG to
Yeah, but he
start.
actually he held his
Mhm.
fireball. It's almost like he knew that was going to happen. A lot of runners would have just used the second fireball right away, and
Yeah,
in that
I mean, if
RNG
you're
would have
quick
just
enough,
missed out on the damage and soul.
yeah, if you're quick enough, sometimes you can still hit it. But it's RNG. It depends on the dive timing because like the timing of the first attack is completely random.
I
Oh, and a
believe Sour's
perfect
fight
fast
is a little
cycle
bit
done by
faster.
Valley. That was crazy. That was
Ah,
perfect execution. So let's see what is the time difference now because
two.
yeah,
It's going to be close.
this definitely closed up the gap a little
Oh
bit.
my god. I think it's oh
We'll see
that
at the
fast
at the.
cycle on the second half of the fight there
Hmm.
ended up saving so much time because Valley started that second phase so much sooner, or sorry, Sour started the second phase so much sooner than Valley, but Valley just
Hmm.
ends it so quickly. It makes up for
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah. Sawa had kind of a bad first phase as well. He also got a dive. It's just that yeah, he might have not been able to back it up better than Valley, and then the second phase Valley had perfect execution. Perfect execution, sorry. And yeah, they both went for the dash storage strat in the first room after Soul Master. It is a very small time loss, but it's mostly consistent. I was about to say it's very consistent, but then I remembered that I got hit in the in my race, and there is actually a little bit of RNG there because of the enemy, which can be in your way. But like most of the two of them got a perfect execution in that room.
Maybe that's what I heard about when I heard that the dash slash storage was RNG. Oh my god, Sour saves this grub, man. He
Yeah, it's.
says I think he says he always saves that grub unless he's like believes he's on like a PB pace. So, uh, you know what? It's incredible to see him go for that grub because thinking about it, that's exactly how he didn't win with that tie with you. Is if he had not gone for that grub, he would have won.
Hmm. Yeah, Value saved it too, but he saved it on the way there instead
Oh,
of
let me see.
on the way down. Yeah, he did a dash slash storage through the wall. Not storage, a dash slash through the wall.
I see. I see. Yeah, that's a super fast way of doing it for sure.
Okay. Oh yeah, Valley is definitely fine now. This
And Sour should have plenty of geo here. They need 300 geo to exit the City of Tears through the King's Station. Valley has a little bit extra geo, which is surprising since Sour is the one who is farming it up. Oh, but Sour has extra soul now. Oh no, they both have extra soul. Oh well, Sour has even more.
Yeah, Sao has so much soul at the moment. Oh, too bad he missed the impossible jump.
And this
These
soul can
jumps,
end up
yeah,
saving
these
several
jumps do
seconds.
be impossible. That's what I was trying to say. And yeah, the soul is going to be important, definitely.
Yeah. So Sour by killing it's crazy how the geo and the soul routing can carry over between so many splits, because by
Yeah.
killing that the soul twister all the way back in Soul Sanctum, the extra one, and collecting that geo there means he's able to not kill all of the hallway enemies, and he saves up on one full charge of spell, and he's going to be carrying that charge of spell potentially all the way to the Dream Nail split, where he can dive
Yeah.
off of a cliff, and that's 4 splits away essentially, because we have what, dive, King Station, Sea Heart, D Dog, 5 splits away. Um, this time save could come into play.
Yeah, there are some long terms thing like that. I think this is the longest, you know, longest time where it's the time where I say that the soul is mattering like over many segments. Most of the time, like you have multiple saving quits, which basically resets your soul at 0. But like right now, it's a very long segment where you don't save it quit at all, and that's why the soul ends up being that important. And that's also why it is very not advised to die in the next 2 segments that we are going to see.
We see Valley get a Pogax, which is a cool smaller time
Perfect.
save. Sour's going for it as well.
Oh,
Whew.
nice. He
His
really
one
backed it
looked
up
a little bit scarier,
well.
but
Yeah, the timing of the hack throw was a little bit weird, but he got it perfectly. Valley going for, oh, that was unfortunate. Yeah. This is some load normalizer shenanigan. The cycle in that room is a little bit tighter than what it is when you don't use the load normalizer. And so Valley got trolled a little bit because he played it safe and ended up like having 2 damage because I think it's a crawler or a crystal hunter,
yeah,
crystal crawler maybe,
yeah,
whatever.
Crystal
Yeah,
Crawler.
that guy was in an unfortunate position.
I'm actually surprised that we didn't see Valley uh just avoid going for God Cycle or God Pixel there.
Yeah, and
He
it's
chose to still go to the left side, and it didn't seem like it really paid off for him there. Now he's
yeah,
going to have
that
to
was
do a
probably
safer strat.
misjudged from. Yeah, he probably misjudged the time he lost by pogoing one of the previous enemies.
Yeah, fair enough. So here, Sour actually ends up going for a small time save where you damage tank to make it through. It's a very common strat in any percent where they normally quit out right here at Crystal Heart. But because they have to go to D-Dark afterwards and go through a bunch of, they have to go through a Dark Room, uh, Crystal Crawler, not Crystal Crawler, sorry, the
The dude,
Stomper Machines.
whatever.
Have to go through the
Yeah.
Stomper Machine section. And then at the end, they have Crystal Hunters in the D-Dark room. So many threats
Mhm.
here. Leaving on 3 or 2 HP can be very scary. And
Yeah.
Valley decides to hold on to that 1 HP, taking a slightly slower route while Sour chooses the bold move to face tank.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, 2 is like really. I would say Valley is probably able to not get hit, but it's for the confidence. If you're on 2 HP, you might play like a tiny bit too safe, and that will also put you out of your comfort zone, and you might be more likely to get hit. than if you are on 3 HP and like play as usual.
And as Insomnia points out, it's very
Oh yeah.
easy to lose, even without double damage enemies in this game. It's very easy to lose 2 HP, even though there's iframes in this game. Valley
Especially
actually,
as Valley almost did.
yeah, where you just take
Commentary
a
curse,
hit
I think.
on an enemy or a platform and then you fall into spikes and immediately take a second one. Even though there's iframes in this game, the iframes do not protect from fall damage. So taking a normal hit and then falling into spikes is always going to result in 2. But
But yeah.
Valley does manage to make it through on 2 HP, and once you make it to that crystal, they both did an animation cancel there, or an animation storage, and stored the animation from the dash slash, which brought them all the way over to the spikes. They hit the spikes, get respawned, and that gives them early control, and they're able to get out of that menu much sooner than they normally would.
And so far as Rix is pouting out in chat, the two runners are 10 seconds apart, which is still really close. Like anything can happen at the moment. I believe Valley might not be entirely happy with his performance so far because I don't know, like the cycles, he didn't handle the cycles in the Crystal Heart segment really well. I mean, two of them at least. But
Yeah.
I mean, overall, it's still like a very, very solid pace for both of them, and we'll see how it turns out.
Both of them actually managed to have enough soul to D-Dark here. I actually did not see where Valley managed to get extra soul, because he had 3
Um,
less soul than Sour leaving the city. But then by
mhm.
the time they were both entering Crystal Peaks, I saw that Valley had somehow managed to farm up to Sour's equal.
Yeah, I
Subtle?
believe Valley farmed up on the one of the crawlers before the Crystal Heart room. This is one you normally don't go for because I mean, it can be a little bit awkward to hit, but he definitely hit it and got one hit of soul. And then I don't know actually. Maybe I don't remember how much soul he had when entering Crystal Peaks.
He has
Maybe he
like 8
farmed enough
hits.
soul before. Yeah, maybe he had 8 hits entering that area. I don't know.
Anyway, we're now on to probably one of the most volatile sections of the run. We have the Watcher Knights, which is a huge RNG check. The greatest RNG cutscene in Hollow Knight, some have called it. Because in this category, it's very easy to breeze past them with D-Darks, just
Hmm.
3 quick D-Darks, provided they have good RNG. But if they give you the bad RNG, the fight suddenly becomes a lot harder. There's some face tanks and some Shade Souls involved. And we see Valley go for an early Shade Soul right there. It's just slightly faster than a full D-Dark, I believe. And they're lining up kind of nice. One of them bounces. We'll see. It does
Oh,
make it
too
a little
bad.
harder on him.
Too bad. Like for Valley,
Ooh.
one of the two knights in the second wave didn't get a full damage from the dive.
Ooh,
But
Valley
still, it
does
was
manage
a
to clean it up quite nicely, yeah.
really clean fight, and same for Sour. To be honest, like both of them are. I mean, fight which hard suboptimal RNG, but they both handled it pretty well, and like it ended up being two really fast fights.
Yeah. Not really losing too much HP there either. Not over face tanking, which is probably the
Yeah.
only thing could lead to death. But as I was saying, this is just the first of several volatile splits. Because we have the Watcher Knights here, which is a huge RNG check. We have coming up the Isma's Tier splits,
Mm.
which there's a little bit of RNG in the bridge and the Worms, but largely is going to be execution based. And then
Yeah, but
Broken Vessel, Hornet 2.
mhm. The next segment is going to be. I mean, from my perspective, this is the worst segment of the whole run when you're in a race because it is so easy to be, you know, to fail things, and especially the first tunnel skip, and it's I don't know why, but it's really hard mentally to get over the fact that you got hit there.
I cannot remember if it was you or your opponent who ended up forgetting how to do the second. I think it was you, wasn't it? The second
Yeah, I
acid
failed
trip.
it twice or three times, I think. Yeah, yeah, that was. I mean, and some never happened before. I never had such. I never
Yeah,
struggled so much to get that one, but apparently that day, I forgot how to do it. I was always dashing either too high or too low.
yeah. I mean, that's just the nature of these tricks. I feel like you can practice them all you want, but some days you just forget how to do it, and then once you've done it wrong once, you start second guessing yourself, and you start
Hmm.
panicking maybe even,
Yeah,
and it's so easy
but
to
for the
fall apart.
moment, yeah. For the moment, I'm not gonna like make any assumption on how well they're gonna do because I don't want to curse them.
Yeah, here we see Valley get its second try. Sour on the
Oh,
first.
it's our first try, so
Fantastic.
yeah,
Smooth.
now they're back to 10 seconds time difference, which is
Yeah,
still really close.
both of them doing the double dash strat there. And we'll see if they go for setupless or setup. Valley's going for setupless here, which means he's doing a trans dash or a wall dash.
And
Actually,
so we failed the setup. I didn't see exactly what happened. I don't know if he might have C dash too high and like got stuck in the ceiling and then fall down into the acid. I don't know.
no,
Why
I
it
think
showed
what
that? Yeah, sorry.
I think what we saw happen was he realized he was too low and then tried to
Oh,
let go of the C dash and reset himself, but he didn't get the wall jump off and just yeah, slid in.
oh, he slid. Okay, I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's probably either the game eating your inputs or like the buffer being one frame too short.
Mhm.
Oh, nice RNG from Valley. Let's see
Yeah.
if Sour gets the same. Oh, and
No.
he gets. I mean, it's fine. It's not the
Mhm.
best, but it's bearable.
Yeah, those three Ravas, people call them, that each one of them can be in your way and can stop your C dash. And the worst case scenario is you bumping into them and losing HP while you're already low, maybe even falling into spikes. It's possible to even get comboed there in a way,
That's
and
crazy.
it's
Sorry, I was about to say
oh,
something.
go ahead.
I was just about to say that they are 3 seconds apart, and that's crazy. But
Yeah, it
please
is.
continue.
No, it's all right, but anyway, the best scenario, the second best scenario is to hope that the first one stops you because there's a backup C dash. The third one stopped Sour. It wasn't too much of a time loss, but it's still
Hmm.
something Valley just didn't have to deal with there. And Valley
Hmm.
also did show off just the power of setup lists when it comes to the Ismus tier
Ooh.
skips, because not only did he not have to spend time adjusting, but in his adjustments, Sour ended up taking that dunk that ended up costing him so much time there. Oh,
Ooh.
Valley gets the wall cling storage.
Yeah, Valley definitely like show. I mean, he showed off definitely because he also got the third Molurk hitless by dashing conveniently between the spits. Too bad he got hit later on, but overall that was a really clean Molurk room, and we'll see how he handles that fight. But I'm not really worried about Valley.
We get a nice set of double hits to begin the broken vessel fight,
Mhm.
and then he goes straight into the headbang, exactly what you want to see.
Yeah,
Oh, but he knocks Valley out of his D dart.
should be
And
fine.
yeah, that
Yeah,
means that it
maybe
doesn't
yeah.
quite finish him now, but two quick nail hits will finish him off there.
Hmm.
Sour also gets hit out of his D dart. Both of them having suffering from slightly extended fights now. Hmm.
That was something. And I would say Valley definitely covered up sometime now. Let's see when Sour gets the thing. Yeah, Valley is ahead now by 1 second.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, because Sour also suffered a bit in the Maulers, a little bit more than Valley.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't
Yeah,
get the
yeah.
swag wall cling storage.
I mean, I'm not sure it saves that much time, but I don't know. It's really that those Molochs can, if they really want to troll you, they can and take way more HPs than needed, which meant the broken vessel fight really awkward. But like both of them still handled the whole segment pretty well. And we switch audio to Valley now
Yeah,
because
we
yeah,
did.
now he's in the lead like both on screen and in game time. Sorry.
Yep. And it'll just help for some audio cues. For example, double hits on Hornet are going to be very important to pick up on.
Mm.
He does the nice, what is that called? Bellfly strat. He killed the Bellfly
Yeah.
on the way in, which not only gives him one hit of soul to start off the Hornet fight with, but is going to mean on the way back he does not have to deal with that Benchfly or Bellfly
Such
being in the way.
blessed. Yeah, it's such a
And
blessed
Sour goes
strat.
for it too.
Yeah. To
That
me,
was
there's
something
no
that,
reason to not go for it.
yeah, that
It's
was something
both
that was,
convenient for Soul and for later on the next segment.
and that was something that was developed during the tournament. Is that right? I believe.
Maybe yeah.
It was
I
definitely
can't remember for
popularized in the
sure.
tournament.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
didn't
But
hear
like
about
that's
anyone
the
doing
case for many things in all
it. Yeah.
skills. Oh,
Ooh.
that's too bad. So Sour went for that strat to hit the aspid, but the problem is that the nail delays your wings, and that's why he fell into the spike because he didn't have any dash, and like the wings wait for your nail animation to restart, and that's why like it was too late. Ooh,
Wow.
nice double from
Valley's
Valley
getting, yeah.
in the air.
Oh,
Too bad.
now she's being a little bit rude.
Yeah, a lot of simple hits for the moment, but at least Valley is not getting hit. Oh, nice double.
He's not in danger of dying here, and he's getting back on track in
Yeah,
terms of damage as
perfect.
well. A fairly fast fight. And Sour's
Mm-hmm.
getting a lot of doubles as well. Oh, look at that. Just 3 double hit Shade
Yeah,
Souls
this one
right in
was
a row.
nice. Oh, and the
Ah, that
double
was
on.
such a rough place for her to use
Uh,
her
I
string
it might
attack.
have doubled actually.
Really? I know that
It's
that
hard to
second one
tell.
did.
Yeah, it's hard to tell on
Without
you know
audio, yeah.
when it's near, yeah, without audio and not like when it's so close from the wall. But it
Yeah,
looked.
because there's no animation to it, right? If it does happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I could have. I thought it had blinked. Like Hornet blink a little bit when she
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
doubled.
That's possible.
Oh, and Valley actually increased his lead over Sour in that fight. So yeah, apparently he had a better fight than Sour.
I mean, there was also
Still.
the Aspid, right? Because he didn't. We
Oh
were.
yeah, right. Yeah, that might have been the only reason he lost time actually. Yeah, completely forgot about that. You're right.
Yeah, because that is about a 4-second time loss, and Sour's fight at the end looked very, very good. He had 3
Mm-hmm.
doubles in a row, and like you said, maybe even got that the one on the string attack, and that would have made it 5 doubles in a row plus a D-Dart to finish, and that's just so many. The double hits in that fight, I cannot exaggerate how important they are to get because
Mm-hmm.
they count towards her stagger, which means that she's easier to manipulate, and they all they also do so much damage, double the damage literally for every hit.
But still, 8 seconds. That's in anyone's race, really. You would expect Valley to be, you know, Valley is the one with the better PB, so you would expect like a better runner to actually make the difference in the later splits. But it is true that in that category, in like a lot of category, but still, in all skills, the latest segments can be a little bit trolly, so like nothing is done for sure. Even if you know, we could expect Valley to maintain his lead, it's really not that simple.
I'm very glad that while you were talking there, I managed to not comms curse the runners here. I was mentioning that the crawlet and the tick could stop the C dashes here, which is actually a fairly significant time loss, like half a second, more, maybe
Yeah,
more.
any CDAS glitch is a really bad omen. And yeah, Rhino is asking if Valley got a new PB recently. He did. I think it was yesterday. He got a 50-15, I believe. So really close from his goal, which is currently to get a sub 50. And we hope that he soon get it. Maybe in that
Yeah,
race. No, sadly, it won't be possible, I believe.
yeah, already too many significant time losses, I think.
Yeah.
What really happened early on to give Sour that lead? I can't quite recall. It's
I
in the
think it
past.
was just better execution.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
That's a
smart
good
to make the
question,
Mantis
Chipu.
Pogo.
I'm gonna check what is Sour's latest PB. It's a 50-29, so I mean this is only a 14 seconds difference.
Yeah, and it used to be much closer right before Valley's PB, I believe. Valley
Yeah,
had
because
like
his previous PB was
28.
21,
Oh, yeah.
20, 50-21. Yeah, he also got a 28 at some point, but then he improved it.
That slow, steady improvement is something that would be very powerful. Because those last few seconds are so hard to knock off. Because if you can just keep going down little by little, that's all you really need. But we're going to see the beginning of the Umu 2 cycle. We're going to be seeing them wall cling with the C dash to lure Umu to specific spots, luring him all the way down below that far right platform and then bringing him back up to the end. They fall off the platform, they go for a couple of Shade Souls, which pushes them into the wall. They use the nail hits to push him out of bounds, which will then allow every Shade Soul to double consistently. Boom, perfect.
And perfect. Yeah. Placement was fine. Maybe you want to switch to Sour's audio just to make sure that he gets all the doubles.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That would be perfect. At least it looks like Sour has a good, yeah, he has a good placement. It's on him now. Ooh,
Ah,
no, he's not gonna make it. Yeah, I
unlucky.
mean, we thank you for the audio. In the end, we didn't need it to know that he actually failed that cycle. It is because he actually pogoed Umu twice, and Umu gives a big bounce, and that put it a little bit late. Ooh,
Oh
ooh,
my
okay.
god. The one
That
nail
was
hit that would have
really,
cost 18 seconds, that surely would have been,
yeah.
that surely would have put the nail in the coffin for Sour had he missed a second cycle there. But
Yeah.
even so, this difference is going to be very, very hard to make up with the way Valley has been playing.
Hmm. Yeah, we'll see how it turns out.
I mean, yeah, the visuals on the screen say all that you really have to say. Their timers are now very similar, but with Valley leaving Monomon as Sour has not even begun to enter her
Hmm.
dream.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate because he did the hardest part, which is like putting Umu into the right position. It's just
Mm.
that afterwards he got a little bit greedy with the bounces, and that yeah, because of that it was late, and then he tried to make up that time by going a little bit faster, and that made him, do more mistakes. He actually walking a little bit the side of the platform, so and Valley goes for that C dash successfully. That was completely unnecessary, and yet he got it. So that means he was right to do so. But yeah, that
Yeah,
was unfortunate from Sour.
a
Sadly,
lot of
we'll see how he keeps up now.
a lot of runners are more comfortable going for that C dash on the great slash split, right? Because even if you fail and take the 2 damage, you're still typically fine. There's no real RNG um in this split other than that Uma, so you should be able to go through the rest hitless, even if something went wrong.
So to answer a question in the chat about like, is there any spot in the race which could put the race back into Sour's favor? So let's say that there is no like RNG point which can change the way they are right now, but there are definitely places where you have room for mistakes. I don't want to curse Valley, but this is how it is now. Basically, if Valley plays normally, he will win. But I mean, this is a race, and he might do one extra mistake, which like might make the tables turn.
Yeah, I mean, I saw just yesterday an all skills runner who will remain unnamed, uh, ended up missing the underplat, or not underplat, missing the damage, the spike warp, the thorn warp in Queen's Gardens 4 times. And that is quite possible. It's happened in races as well. And that can cost, I mean, just 15 seconds by missing it, but then you have to either go all the way around and hit the lever and then do everything on 1 HP, or you have to do an extreme safety strat and go for a bench nearby. And I mean, stuff like that is always, as
Yeah.
Murray was saying, it's always possible for race nerves or PB nerves or anything like that to suddenly get in the way.
Yeah, getting that hazard respawn is especially like it is deceptively complicated because if you fail it once, then Team Cherry like very fast, very quickly patch it for the next 3 attempts on your game. So yeah, it's always a it's always a 4 hits if you fail it the first time. There are there are a few glitches like that. If you fail it once, you're gonna fail it for the 4 next times.
Yep. So coming up, there's a Squid Arena that Valley is about to do, and this one is basically they have it all down to science. They C-dash here at the beginning, it squishes the 2 squits. You don't have to kill, but it gets them out of the way. They kill one on the way in. Double Shade Soul, Pogo. 2 kills there. Oh, I actually go for a Shade Soul there. Yeah, perfect.
Ooh, bad placement. I hate that enemy. It can be really close from the corner and prevent you for going down. And Valley didn't want to... Like, you can do an upslash here to prevent it from blocking you, but Valley wanted to go for the Cyclone drop. It should be fine, though. I mean, there aren't that many places where you can get hit. I mean, you will take a hit for the hazard respawn, but there is also the dark room, which is going to be scary. But if Valley feels if he's I don't know say that if he's worried, he can still heal before going to the long room. I think it's a very convenient place to heal. So we'll see what Valley does, but I mean, so far he hasn't been the safe strat guy.
Yeah, he does manage to get the scary part. I would say the part I was scared for is already over because he did take that 1 damage right before getting Howling Race, and if he were to mess up that damage tank there and be forced down onto 2 HP, it could be a bit of a problem. But now that he's on 3, it should be okay to go through here quite normally. Actually,
I mean, the first dark room is still a little bit scary because like you are going to I mean, Valley is probably going for the strat where you exit Bizden with a fireball and either a dive
So you think he's not
or a
diving
dash
here, is what
slash.
you're saying?
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
That counts as a commentator curse, right? Sour did it twice, right?
Sour, what? Sour, did Sour get hit?
Yeah, I
Or did he?
think. I mean, he got hit somewhere, and I believe he failed it the first time, but I could be wrong. He might have got hit. Yeah, he failed underplat once. Yeah, that's what I saw then.
Oh no. You know what I want? What underplat fail I want to see? I want to see the distant village underplat fail. Let's go, Valley.
No, Valley, don't do that, please. Yeah.
Oh,
There is
he just
no
goes for
point to
straight.
do that underplat. Why do people go
Swag.
for it? I don't.
Unlimited swag.
I mean, I guess there are people who save grubs, so that means that, yeah, there are a lot of people who make bad decisions. Nice from Valley, and yeah, Valley had really clean, really clean dark rooms. To be honest, Valley is very confident in his Queen's Garden splits. So he really showed up here. I believe he would have saved quite a lot of time to Sour on that segment. Probably, I wouldn't be surprised if he saved like 10 seconds. Yeah, true. Sour is on 2 HP, which means he got hit once in the dark rooms. I don't know where exactly, but I mean, it's very unlikely that he dies there. That would mean that he. Oh no. Okay, he got an RNG double here. So thank God, because otherwise that would have been scary. There are two strides there. You can go for a dive, and then look at the way the devout goes, and you know, if it's backing up, you do another dive. Otherwise, you do a shade soul. But there is another one which is a little bit more inconsistent, which consists in actually praying to get a double on one of the two shade souls, and that basically ends up being faster. Obviously, it's just that if you don't get any double, you have to waste your last 3 hits of soul, and then you're not able to do the strat that Sour is going to do right now. Ah, nice. He goes for the Dashla strat, the best one. Okay, so I stand corrected. Rex is actually saying that Valley only saved 1 second on that part, which is surprising because Sour actually failed the underplat once.
Sorry, I was.
Yeah, no
there,
worries.
we're coming up towards the last major obstacle for Valley here, the sibling climb. All the siblings deal 2 damage, which can be quite scary. Especially if you hit one and you start missing pogos. That one was fine because he landed right on the platform after, but falling all the way to the bottom after you get hit means that all the siblings are aggroed and in your way. And he manages to avoid that there. So really now it's a straight shot to collecting the Shade Cloak, getting the final ability, the final skill of the game, the Abyss Shriek. And then they use that ability to kill the Hollow Knight, which will be the end of the run. So coming up on it, it looks to me as if Valley is definitely on pace for 50xx, maybe a high 50xx.
Yeah, I was about to check what pace he's on, just to give some perspective.
Ooh, Sour with a nice Abyss climb, or sibling climb here.
So yeah, Valley is in pace for a mid 50 right now. which is really good. I mean, it's not PB pace, but for a race, it's always nice.
Yeah. It's always nice to see runners beat, like, what would have been their PB just a couple of weeks ago as well, because that just
I mean,
shows, how
yeah.
much they've improved.
I mean, if you consider what were their PB at the beginning of the tournament, then basically they are killing those paces every
Yeah,
time now.
for sure.
Yeah, I believe Valley had a 51 by the start of the tournament, but Sour definitely had way longer PB, maybe a 52, like a high 52. I can't remember, but yeah, Valley probably had a low 51.
And this final ability that we have, that Valley just got here, yeah, I do want to talk a little bit about just before we get into the Hollow Knight fight. It does 120 damage over the course of 4 ticks. So you do want to hit all 4 ticks. But actually, let's talk more about the Abyss Climb. I thought I had a bit more time there.
Ah,
The
okay. Valley failed a wall gem, so he decided to back it up, which is probably a wise decision.
We have a lot of quick pogos here on that triple spike. He's just barely making these cycles with the Shadow Crawlers, which is nice just because he had already made us. Oh, that last jump! Oh, that was actually such a good Abyss Climb. There was just one tiny mistake before that, but he'll
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
live
those
with that.
platforms are terrible. I mean, the hitbox and the basically once you get the double wing, the double jump, you lose any. I mean, you lose any coyote jumps, coyote frames, sorry, and like I even believe there is no coyote frames for when you leave a wall. So basically, what happened that Valley left the wall considered by the platform, and yeah, he got his double jump, and it messes you up because the dynamics of the double jump is completely different from the first jump.
Oh, Sour actually had a great Abyss Climb as well.
Mm.
Better than Valley. Going to save a little bit of time on him there. Not enough to make up the difference that we were talking about, but all that happened there was he missed one nail swing on a pogo, but other than that, it was a perfect Abyss Climb to my eyes. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, we do have the Hollow Knight fight coming up. The Abyss Shriek, you want to hit all 4 ticks of it. In any percent, people are familiar with being frustrated with parries from the Hollow Knight just because it blocks Shade Soul damage. But they actually don't block the Abyss Shriek damage. So what we want to see is the Hollow Knight standing still by any means possible. And wow, he gets that Cyclone Slash perfect on the chains there, meaning both chains broke at the same time. No extra nail hits required. Let's see him destroy this fight.
Well, that's a nice beginning so far.
Yeah, no dashes at all.
Ooh,
No
yeah,
miss.
no, really, yeah.
That
This one
jump
was,
back.
yeah, nice. Oh, that was a really quick fight so far.
Oh, perfect. You can scream skip here. Oh,
Nice.
okay.
That was a
Very
perfect
nice.
fight. I mean, not perfect, but like really,
Wow.
it was really clean.
This is honestly just going to be. It looks like less than 10 seconds off of PB. It's a fantastic time from Valley.
Yeah, the end was crazy. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, that fight really carried the late pace, I believe, because you know, he otherwise like his abs climb was not perfect. But his fight was, oh my god, it was really good. I'm really curious to know what was that time of the segment, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was a gold.
Well, we should have Valley in here for an interview soon enough. It looks like Sour's just barely going to go over that 51-minute mark.
Yeah, imagine at the beginning of the tournament doing a 51:04 and getting destroyed.
Yeah. Unthinkable, really, unless you're playing against, maybe Axe or Monster, but now it seems there are several runners on this level. And even Sour, even Sour is going to probably be a little disappointed with that time.
Probably, yeah.
What was that tie time? Was it 51:27?
51. What? Oh no, let me think. Yeah, 51:27. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So even in this is much faster than some of the closer races that Sour has had. But we'll still end up with Valley being the one to move on, which I don't think Sour will be too upset about. A lot of people are quite a bit stressed out on this category for now. The tournament's been going on for over 3 long months now, or closer to 4.
Oh yeah, it is.
And we are finally nearing the end, with just 4 more rounds, I believe. 4? No, 3. 3 more rounds, because we have losers semifinals.
Yeah.
Well, I guess losers and winners semifinals will be separate. So yeah, 4 rounds left before we end this tournament. But for now, we'll get these racers in here. Sour for his last interview, and Valley for his we'll be talking about his win.
Hello.
Hey, congrats.
Thanks.
Oh, Valley, you're a little bit low, I believe. The volume.
Hello. Is this better? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
this is better.
This should be better.
Thank you. Well, how did you guys feel about that race?
I could have been better.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
could have been a PB pace for you. That was so close to glory
That
there.
early game was like the worst they had in this tournament by far.
Talk about early game. About a hard falling in King's Pass.
It was
Yeah, that is
honestly,
true.
I blame
It's all-
load normalizer. It felt really like off. Like the second that I got in, I don't know why, it just felt weird.
Yeah, I did this too in the tournament in other races.
I have to applaud you though, Sour. Even though you were the one who took that early game hard fall, you ended up being in the lead for the entirety of the early game all the way until Soulmaster.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. I was like, what, 20 seconds behind? Or something like that.
I didn't do so hot. Like I played okay early game, like consistently, and then lo and behold,
Yeah.
Uno. But
Yeah,
That
the
was
Umu,
pretty
Umu-
close, like until Umu, basically. I think it was like 8 seconds. You were 8 seconds apart before Umu,
Damn.
and so that was a really interesting race. Sorry. So yeah, I'd say about you were about 10 seconds apart for the most part until I'd say until Broken Vessel.
Yeah, I'm really
and
glad
then-
I haven't watched the race back.
yeah.
Yeah, watching races is too. It puts too much pressure on you. you choose wisely. Yeah, but yeah, I think Ismas, you were maybe 10 seconds apart, and then in Broken Vessel, Sour had unfortunate Morlocks and
Oh,
not the best Broken Vessel fight. So you actually caught up. And then like
fine.
Madame,
One of them
okay.
hit me
No,
that
but
shouldn't.
Valley had
that
really
one's
good
great.
ones.
Yeah, he's
It's
insane.
yeah, yeah. He even got the walking storage on the last one. Yeah, it is true that I should have specified that it was compared to Valley's Mono, which were pretty gamer.
yeah,
But then
I just
Broken Vessel.
barely dodged that one RNG. He like almost knocked me from the C dash, but it was
Yeah.
really smooth overall.
I thought it was a karma check at first because you got the previous one damageless, and I was like, that's pretty unusual. And then like you were so
I
close from getting
mean,
it
previous
from
one
the
damage
next one.
is just a strat I'm going for, but yeah. Yeah, that would be funny.
I got a gold.
Oh, what split?
Oh.
Shake cloak. I don't know how I gold a shake cloak when I fell, but you know,
You fell where?
right in front of the thing where you dip your like face in the
Oh.
yeah, like I dashed probably like a millimeter from the platform and didn't get a second dash.
Oof.
Oh, me too. I got Shade Claw gold too. Damn. And I got Cyclone slash gold. Dang.
Well, it's actually crazy that you got a shade gold too, Valley, because you ended up taking a hit on the finish.
Yeah, I went for the underplat, and since you're doing this underplat blind, you can't tell whether there will be a sibling or not. But since I was at full HP, I was just willing to take a hit. So it's
Yeah.
okay.
Faster strats for lose HP. Okay, that's fine.
Were you close from your gold in the THK fight, Valley? Because it was really clean.
No, my THK fight was not a gold. My THK gold is 57 seconds, so it's not really.
Oh,
not
okay,
really close.
yeah. That was a low 1 minute though, right?
Yeah, it was probably a low 1 minute. It's like 102, maybe 101. I would say.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so fairly close from your gold still.
Yeah, still pretty good. Like low.
Yeah,
1
that was a
minute
really good fight.
is a decent THK for sure.
But yeah, overall the race was really entertaining to watch. Really close from most of it. Then I mean, you know, Umu giveth, Umu taketh, and today he took something from Sour. I mean, I don't know how you felt about that fail cycle, Sour. I believe that you pogoed one time too many, like before getting into the damage rotation. Is that right?
For what? Wait.
For at the end of the Umu, at the end of the.
No, I always do too.
Oh yeah.
And then, well, I mean,
Nice,
it was a bit tighter than usual because I kind of got caught on the platform, but it should have worked if I didn't miss input. Or at least I would have been able to kill him. I almost recycled him again.
Yeah.
So he was starting
We
to
are
go back to
really.
normal. Oh,
Yeah, we're
I
really
will
worried about that.
100% admit if I 3 cycled, I probably wouldn't have finished.
Yeah,
So-
I would definitely. I wouldn't blame you for that for sure.
No.
I had 3 cycle on my race against Pisces after the death already. So
Yeah.
yeah, I know the feeling.
And then I'm like, this is the first time I ever did this. I opened up the chat. I had the chat open for the stream, but I have it minimized. It's just for like the interview, so I don't have to go through like 20 different things of Twitch. Either way, I pulled it up for the first time ever. So yeah, Sour's not winning this anymore, and I'm like, now I remember why I don't do this. I don't watch. I don't read chat because that was mean. I don't want to read that. So.
Yeah, reading the chat during the race can be like that for sure.
It was more like me being a little anxious and wanting to see if I still had a chance, and then I was like, I should have just done, not even looked. So
Yeah, that is I'd say that that's a gamble. Like maybe you will learn that your opponent actually died earlier, or like maybe they also got to cycle and it's still anybody's race. But then that could also very well be like, okay, now Valley is 50 seconds ahead. He's on PB pace. There is no way Sour's gonna win. Like,
there's
I
where that was. So.
really didn't want to know that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's whatever. I wasn't feeling that confident coming in today. I just haven't. I've been in a weird like slump with Hollow Knight as of late, but I got a 50. This is probably my best race time. So yeah. I mean, I'm not too mad about the run. Just the Umu thing is probably the only. Oh, and I guess the hard fall. But
yeah, it was really cool for most of the run, because most of it you guys were doing like the exact same strats. There were slight differentiations, but then you'd meet up and be at basically the same time difference anyway. It was pretty cool. Oh, also Valley, I do have a question. Where did you get the extra soul for Crystal Peaks? Because you left the city on, I think, 3 hits of soul, and then you started Crystal Peaks with 8 hits, and I was like, where did you get 5 hits of soul?
I decided to not go for the dash slash storage and hit a crystal crawler instead. This is the first extra hit that I usually don't have, and the second one came from the crystal hunter in the dark room.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
You don't go for that usually. Okay.
I go for that usually, so the crystal crawler instead of dash slash storage was the one extra. Because I've seen that I need just one extra hit for the dark, and I decided to opt out of dash slash storage.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like it put you a little bit out of your comfort zone, just because like it put you against the wall and you were cleaned a little. But yeah, that makes sense.
I was actually talking about before you entered Crystal Peaks at all. You entered Crystal Peaks on like 8 hits of soul, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense too, because first in the Soul Sanctum, like in the room below Soul Master, I did dash slash on the Soul Totem, so it lets you to get more soul, like doing the dash slash like that, and then doing like the normal strat, proceeding with it, loses like 0.3. But it gives you so much more soul, and I just went for it for the safety, because I was a little bit low on Geo.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Is it any slower to go for the dash slash? I would guess it's a little bit slower.
It loses like 0.3 compared to the last strat.
I see. Well, GG to both of you. So that was your last race, Sour. How? Well, first of all, congratulations for coming this far. I mean, you're like among the 8 best all skills runners there is in this community at that moment. So like a big congrats to you. Yeah, I mean,
it's top 6 right now, right? Wasn't it? Oh, it doesn't
it's
matter.
even 6. I mean, I'm pretty sure 6 is actually included in 8, but I might be wrong.
Okay.
But yeah. I mean, sorry, I should have specified 6. So yeah, definitely congrats to you. And do you have any plan in speedrunning or in life in general?
I do plan to speedrun still. I only really stream Hollow Knight anyways, and I still love running. More than likely, All Skills is gonna take a break.
Forever?
No. Yeah, I'll be running 106 and also learning 112. Not on 1.5. But yeah, I still will be running. But All Skills, I need a break. I do plan to come back. I want a 49 at least at some point. So I'll just come back to it when I feel like it. But other than that, GG's Valley, you're in that win, because I think if I read correctly, you beat my PB. So
if your PB is outdated on the boards in a year by a couple
it's
seconds.
Updated.
Yeah, a couple seconds.
So yeah, GG's. Good luck. If you get a tie, I'm gonna be upset because that's mine and Mary's thing. Let me have one thing.
That's something we have to talk
tend
about.
to be crushed. Yeah, it is true, because for those who do not know, like the bracket, Valley's next race, is going to be against me.
Yep. Yeah.
And I'm not looking forward to it.
I may have really wanted to win this to get the rematch.
Yeah, that would have been a really nice rematch for sure.
Yeah, wasn't meant to be. I'm sure I'll race you again at some point. So
maybe, who knows? I doubt it, but who knows?
Listen, don't hurt my dreams.
It's fine. I'm going to do one. No, I'm never going to participate in another tournament. It's too crushing.
Yeah,
I hate the feeling. Like I wasn't sure tournaments were not for me, and now I'm certain of it. Tournaments are not for me.
I feel it. I understand that. I have been in so many competitive things that even though I still get nerves, how do I say? It kind of feels like home. So I don't know.
Well,
Pressure on makes you play better.
it's actually nice to hear. I really like hearing people who respond well to that kind of pressure, and I do hope to see you in our next tournaments, whatever they may be, Sour.
9 out of 10 probably will. So
All right. Well, I was hoping for a bit of trash talk here between our future opponents in Valley and
Oh,
Murray, but it appears
no.
that Murray has taken it upon himself to say that he thinks he's gonna get crushed. So maybe we can get the opposite going on with Valley. He goes, "No, you're gonna crush me.
It's
You're gonna
just
crush me."
like reverse psychology from Muri.
Yeah, it's like the anti-trash talk. Like it's
Yeah.
Mm.
So I
we are both
relax and get
implementing the
so I
Fair
relax and get Karm stomped into the ground.
I'm
No,
excited for that.
Valley is too much of a gamer. I don't think I can get a 50, 20 something in a race setting. But I hope it will still be an interesting race, sorry, to watch. And I have no idea when we do that, but we'll keep everyone updated.
Should be
Sorry.
sometime next week. The last match for this week, I believe, is tomorrow between Axe and Pisces. And
Yeah.
the loser of that match will end up facing the winner of Murray versus Valley. So
Yeah.
This is like
Yeah,
the
that would be-
circle. The circle kind of closes. So it'll like either be Muri versus Pisces again,
Yeah.
or it will be me versus Pisces again, or it will be me versus Axe again. So like we really can't
Yeah.
escape these two.
Yeah, the only new matchup which hasn't appeared in the tournament yet is Axe versus me. We never faced each other in that tournament. No, neither in the Swiss pool rounds or in the bracket phase.
Yeah, and
So
I
yeah.
played against
I
both
wish-
and lost.
Me neither.
Yeah, I
wish
mean,
we
I
could
placed
do
twice against
some-
Pisces and lost twice. So I mean, that's the same results.
Kinda, yeah.
Well, personally, I'm very excited for the future matches here. I do hope to see everyone here at the end of the tournament. So, if we're all wrapped up here, if chat doesn't have any questions, I think we can wrap up the episode.
Yeah. GG's. Good luck, both of you. So
Yeah.
Thanks.
GG Sour,
GG to
thanks for the
both of you.
race, and thanks for having us.
yeah.
Yeah.
I will
Lip
definitely
balms.
rewatch this back.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it back too, even no matter how painful.
Hmm.
Yeah. Thanks for the chill interview, guys, as well.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And so yeah, for those who like that race, tomorrow there is going to be an incredible race between Axe and Pisces. So definitely look forward to it if you aren't already. I think it's going to be like at 2 p.m. EDT. I might be wrong.
They are-
Normal times, not degen. How dare?
They are the
Oh, it's-
only. Oh, go ahead.
1 p.m. Sorry, it's 1 p.m. EDT. And yeah, they are the only. Sorry.
Even
The
worse.
the only runners who have not lost a race yet. So, yeah, one of them is going to have to fess up big time.
Yeah. I honestly think either could take it. Honestly,
Oh
Like,
yeah. They're
anyone
both
up
very-
here can win on a good day. So
Yep.
In before another tie.
you know what? I will be absolutely accepting of a tie with that. That would be awesome. So
I
Yeah,
mean,
we didn't
World
know it's
record tie.
possible in the first place.
all right. Well,
Yeah.
see you guys there.
see ya.
See you everyone. Thanks for watching.